the Peach Belt.
Yeah, I mean, Augusta historically has always been around the top of this league for the women's team, and they're really good this year, 12-4. I think the Nighthawks are the headline of the PBC early in the season. Obviously, number 7 in the country, currently the only conference team ranked in the top 25. But I think the people in this building would be lying if that one loss and that one in the loss column didn't bother them with it coming against Columbus State. And the way that the Nighthawks have responded since, I mean, dominating Lander here at home, dominating USC Buford on the road. Their offense is just clicking on all cylinders right now.
Without question, I think those were purposeful performances after the Columbus State game.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we saw some big ones from Avery Jones against Lander, Caroline Martin on the road at USC Buford. The key players on this team are playing well, but they're cohesively working together really well as a team.
And that is fun to see when you've got the team in North Georgia tied for first in the conference. Augusta just a game back in a two-way tie for third. The players we will watch today, and you mentioned her name just a moment ago, Caroline Martin, number 24, truly has shown the ability to be an elite player in the conference.
Absolutely, and she had kind of that fluke game against Columbus State, 0 for 8 from the floor, 0 points, did not attempt a free throw. She's one of the highest volume free throw shooters in the conference. Say what you want about the whistle in that game, but that's just one of those games that is not going to happen the rest of the year. And she really, you see the stats against USC Buford, 28, 8, and 3 with 4 steals. She made 11 shots on 18 tries in that game. On the road in the gym that the women on the team have talked about, they don't really love playing in. It's just not a great aesthetic gym. It's a tough place to play. Buford's young in this conference as far as their lifetime as a Peach Belt member, and you know, going on the road is never easy to win, and the way Martin played and the way the team played was really impressive.
On the other side, Augusta led by number 24, Quinasia Abercrombie, freshman from Greenville, South Carolina, 10 points a game, but her impact goes far beyond points.
Absolutely, and you see what she's done in the last 5. Those numbers really grow. When you look at just the overall stat sheet of Augusta, you see their top 2 scorers at 10 points per game, and you don't think much. But Abercrombie is a freshman.
Yes.
Combo guard. You see that G/F. Teams don't really do that if they don't truly believe that this person can play both positions. And in the last 5, averaging 15 and 8 or over 15 and 8 for them. Seems like she kind of has got her footing in her first collegiate season, and now she's ready to use that footing and take a step up. And she's played really well for them lately, a big threat.
This has been a series that the Nighthawks have dominated. They own a 9-game advantage. This is the 50th meeting between the two teams. Looking forward to it today. Before we continue, let's toss it across the court to the man with the plan, a public address announcer, Jim Stewart, for starting lineups presented by the Northeast Georgia Health System, the official healthcare partner of UNG Nighthawk Athletics.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the University of North Georgia Department of Athletics, welcome to historic Dahlonega and Lynn Cottrell Arena at the UNG Convocation Center for today's conference matchup, featuring the visiting Jaguars of Augusta University, taking on your University of North Georgia Nighthawks. Ladies and gentlemen, as one of 6 senior military colleges in the United States, we invite you to please join the University of North Georgia and our guests as we honor America and those who support our freedom both at home and abroad. Today's anthem is a pre-recorded version as performed by the UNG Boar's Head Brigade Patriot Choir. Oh, say can you see my dawn's early lights, what surrounding me hail, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, those bursting And now, let's meet today's starting lineups. The starting lineups are presented by Northeast Georgia Health System, the official healthcare partner of UNG Nighthawk Athletics. First for the visiting Jaguars of Augusta. Number 1, Monet Florence. Number 5, Autumn Phillips. Number 12, Amari Jackson. Number 15, Jabria Fullwood. And number 24, Quinasia Abercrombie. The Jaguars head coach is Celeste Stewart, assisted by Ashley Fox and Renwick Lee.
Yeah. I'm on a new level. 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 Brought me a new shovel. Put these in the dirt. Came with the new baby. I'm on a new level. 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 Brought me a new shovel. Put these in the dirt. Came with the new baby.
The starting 5 for your North Georgia Nighthawks. At guard, a 5'7" senior from Watkinsville, Georgia, number 13, Ansley Hall. At guard, a 5'7" freshman from right here in Dahlonega, Georgia, number 20, Avery Jones. At forward, a 5'11" senior from Brentwood, Tennessee, number 21, Emily Trueshow. At forward, a 6'1" sophomore from Macon, Georgia, number 23, Kendall Eminer. And at guard, a 5'7" senior from Cumming, Georgia, number 24, Caroline Martin. The North Georgia head coach is Buffy Burson, assisted by Amber Schedule, Julianne Sutton, and Cooper Turner.
The Nighthawks and the Jaguars set to get underway. We mentioned in the open, this is the 50th meeting between the two teams. Last year, though, Augusta taking both of those matchups. Prior to that, North Georgia had run off 7 in a row. This has really been one of the better rivalries in the Peach Belt Conference. And glad that you've joined us here today. The ball in the air and the tip controlled by Augusta.
Yeah, this certainly has been a good back-and-forth battle between these programs. Buffy Burson does have the edge since she's been the head coach 24-10 in her career as the head coach of North Georgia against these Jaguars. But as you mentioned, lately, Augusta has the advantage. And you talk about last season taking both games against this Nighthawk team that started the year really well last year, and they've started the same this year. We've got to pick up a win today, hopefully.
Florence had that one partially blocked. And this the first possession for the Nighthawks. Caroline Martin has her shot blocked. By the way, the officials today, Natalie Lehman, Pedro Rodriguez, and Audie Perkins. Inbound to Trueshow. Emily back to Eminer at the foul line. Would not fall. And out of bounds. And it will still be North Georgia ball.
The interesting matchup today is strength against strength. North Georgia 3-point shooting, and for Augusta, 3-point defense. Both of them, respectively, some of the best teams in the country at each of those categories.
We'll see who can impose their will. Trueshow on the wing. Shot clock winding down. Now Caroline in the corner. Picks up her dribble, zips it out. Nice fake, the drive, 10-foot jumper up, and there's your first bucket of the day from Ansley Hall.
Always good when Ansley Hall can get going early. She's a huge player for UNG, obviously, as their starting point guard and a great facilitator of this offense. But she brings a scoring punch on occasion that can really lift this offense to a new height and really make it difficult for the opponent. So if she can get going early, that'll be big.
At the other end, a miss on the attempt from Autumn Phillips. 2-0 Nighthawks with the ball. Down low, Kendall puts it up with the left hand and scores.
Really nice left-handed touch. Threw a little bit of contact too. Not enough for a foul, but enough to affect the shot, and Kendall had no problem.
8:25 and counting. Quarter number 1. Nighthawks with a couple of baskets and lead it 4-0. On the wing, Florence tightly checked by Caroline. Avery Jones picking up the defensive assignment. Shot clock winding down, and no good. Loose ball. And they'll keep it. And I think there's going to be a question on the shot clock.
Yeah, should have reset to 20. It says 24 right now, so I imagine they'll run this down to 14. Yep.
And even a second better, 13.
All right.
Florence to inbound along the baseline, does so. Down low it goes to Jackson. Amari puts it up, no good. And Eminer clears the glass. Paul, away to Truschel. Martin playing with so much confidence, took the Euro step, but the shot was blocked.
Wow, that was a great move, but an even better block there by Jackson it was. And unlucky for Martin, it came down, hit her foot while she was standing out of bounds.
Impressive that Jackson was able to stay with Caroline on that move down the lane. This time Phillips puts it up, and there's the first bucket for the Jaguars.
Augusta really needed that. They had gone the first 3 possessions without a score, and UNG scored on their first 2.
And they had good looks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cross court to Jones. Now Truschel gets it in to Hall. Ansley puts it up. 10-footer. Yes.
That's 2 shots for Ansley Hall, and I don't know if she's hit the rim yet. 2 contested shots, pull-up jumpers near the paint. And like we talked about, if she can provide an extra scoring punch today, it's going to be tough for Augusta to stop this offense.
Plays with so much confidence. That was a backdoor attempt that went out of bounds. I could have sworn that it was, or should be, North Georgia ball, and it is.
Yeah, Kendall Eminer was adamant that she did not touch that ball and that Augusta did, and argued well, got it changed.
Truschel over to Avery. Again, getting it to Kendall. The move and blocked. Jackson, that's her 15th block of the season.
Already 2 today.
6:39 on the first quarter clock. Hall into Truschel, in traffic, nothing there. Needs help. And gets it out to Ansley, knocked away, and that's going to be a foul.
Interesting call there, that foul on Phillips. Thought she played pretty good off-ball defense to make that a tough pass. Truschel had nowhere to go, and Nighthawks get bailed out by the call.
That's exactly what happened. You bailed out is exactly what happened. Avery works the left side of the lane in traffic, and another block shot. That's one area that Augusta has thrived this year. 51 coming into today. That shot no good. Nice position for the rebound by Eminer.
Yeah, it's a strong defensive team. That's what we saw last year from Augusta as well.
Beautiful effort by Caroline Martin.
Yeah, that's an athletic layup, a tough one to make when you're running full speed, and you know you have to keep running full speed because you've got to beat them to the basket and just throw that shot up. Really good touch to make that in transition.
First 3 attempt, this one no good, but Avery gets her own rebound. In traffic, double team, back to Hall. She will try one, make it, and is fouled.
Ansley Hall has 7 points, and I still don't think she's hit the rim, Craig.
I think you're right. You know, it's funny, you talk about her today has been the forte. An 11-4 largest lead of the afternoon.
Yeah, she's had some really big games lately passing for the Nighthawks. I believe she's coming off a 9-assist performance in that win at Beaufort last week. But she's also had some big scoring games as well here and there.
And you had included a couple of nice examples of that in the hype video prior to the tip-off today. 3-pointer at the other end. That one goes for Autumn Phillips. And that one will go for Caroline Martin.
Anything you can do, I can do better, and that's kind of been UNG's mantra when it comes to three-point shooting this season. They are not afraid to let them fly, and rightfully so, because they've got 3 or 4 players, maybe even 5 on this team who can just really light it up from downtown.
That one hitting the iron and bouncing away. Nighthawks up 15-7, looking for more. Hall underneath, zips it back. Truschel, she will try a three off the iron, no good.
I like that shot attempt, though. If that goes down, you go up 18-7 early. That's kind of a dagger. We'll get a timeout at the next dead ball. That would have been a big make for UNG.
Through traffic, the shot no good. Truschel with position and the rebound. Clock rolls, 4:34 and counting. Quarter number one. Hall in the corner to Truschel. Emily now we'll get it back out. Beautiful cut by Caroline Martin.
Absolutely. UNG is doing a really good job taking advantage of the aggressive Augusta defense that we talked about. Yeah. They're getting out in transition. They're driving hard to the basket. They're making the backdoor cuts. They're not afraid to take contested shots. The couple that Ansley Hall have already made today, that last attempt from Truschel, and Caroline Martin is just fearlessly driving to the cup, meeting aggression with aggression, really good on offense.
Drive there by Quinasia Abercrombie, no good. Offensive follow would not go by Yamani Paul, but a foul will send her to the line after an official timeout. 3:59 to go. Quarter number one. It's the Nighthawks by 10 at 17-7. Stay with us. Back in a moment. You're watching the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I need to try it first.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation, transformation and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
It's a big day, not only here in Dahlonega, but nationwide for college basketball.
Absolutely. The We Back Pat game here for UNG. You've probably seen plenty of the purple today, and with the We Back Pat shirts and the hashtag #EndALZ for End Alzheimer's, looking for a cure for that awful disease. And it's a really special day for UNG. It's particularly close to head coach Buffy Burson, who lost both of her beloved parents to Alzheimer's. She put out a tweet earlier this week that kind of detailed that experience and her thoughts and emotions about Alzheimer's and what this day and this game means to her every single year. And it's really special. It's super cool to see the support. There's not just a bunch of purple on the bench and in the warm-ups for UNG, but in the stands today. This is a big game for everybody in this area, for Nighthawk supporters.
And virtually everyone has someone, either a friend, family, that has been affected by Alzheimer's. And you look at the story of Pat Summitt, how she battled. Just a very unique individual.
And I remember doing our interview with Buffy in the preseason for the Hawks Nest, and she talked about her parents and some of the influences in her coaching life. And I remember asking her, she's very open about practice, and anybody can come by, anybody can watch. I have maybe abused that privilege a little bit in the past, but she wants people in there. She welcomes any attention at practice, coaches, whoever. And she said this because Pat Summitt was the same way, and she got a chance to go sit in on some Tennessee volunteer Pat Summitt practices. And I mean, what an opportunity. And the career that Buffy has had since then, you know how big of an influence Pat was on her and her parents were on her. Yeah. And that's what makes today such an important day for her and for UNG as a whole.
Special indeed. Ava McLaughlin in the ball game. Straightaway three for Ansley. That one would not go. First miss of the day. 17-9 your score, 3:23 and counting. Quarter number one. Near steal by Caroline. Ball knocked free. And an offensive foul.
Boy, Ansley is just having a game today. Steps in and takes that charge. Already knocked down a couple shots.
On the floor, but I think a very good call.
Yeah, agreed. Ansley had good, strong guarding position. Took that one right into the chest, and you know, I don't think she's going to fall down most times. Nope. Not willingly.
Jalea Storr in the ball game, gets it to Caroline Martin. Picks up her dribble, back to Jalea. Shot clock at 15. Inside 3 minutes to go, first quarter. In the corner, Hall now goes baseline, fakes. Beautiful pass to McLaughlin, but the whistle prior to her shot.
The drive was too good, even though it came right before an even better pass, because she gets great position here, as you see on the replay. Gets inside, the shot fake opens up the pass, but it also leads to the contact.
Yep.
And draws the foul, so she'll head to the line, but that was a nice feed.
Taisha Freeman got up in the air, nowhere to go. Truschel back in. Hall, one of the better free throw shooters on a very good free throw shooting team.
Yeah, UNG's got 3 players on its roster in the upper echelon of Division II college basketball at free throw shooting this season.
It's a luxury, but in tight games, it's nice to have that in your back pocket. Taken away, McLaughlin gets it to Hall. Ansley brings it up, guarded by Phillips. Hall already with 10 points. Still 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jones drives, puts it up. Tough shot, Store the rebound and the follow.
Really great positioning by Jalea Store. Believe the number is 80% of missed shots in basketball go to the opposite side of the rim, and she did that, got on the opposite side, used her body to get position on her defender, and she's right there for the putback.
Left-handed shot will go for Taisha Freeman. First bucket of the afternoon. Store on the wing, away to Hall. Beautiful cut by Truschel.
And another good feed from Ansley Hall as well, and it's just that relenting, moving UNG offense. It sort of reminds me at times of those prime Golden State Warrior days with Curry and Klay Thompson, where they just run away from the ball endlessly, and you got to chase them everywhere, and that's what that last set was for UNG, and Truschel gets the edge and scores.
Nice follow there, or shot by Phillips, like well-tuned gears.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a newer offense for the Nighthawks. This is not the offense that you saw last year. It's not one that you've necessarily seen in years past. When you think about some of the best players in this program, a lot of them are the bigs down low, and this season the coaches came into the year realizing how talented they're going to be at the guard position. Ansley Hall, Avery Jones shined as a freshman in the preseason. You've got Caroline Martin back. Truschel is listed as a forward. She's more of a combo. She's certainly much faster than most forwards her size. And you still have the strong forward presence down low from Kendall Eminer, but it's a guard-heavy offense, and that's what they've focused and tailored it to this season. And, I mean, look at the offensive numbers. It's certainly paid off.
They speak for themselves. 10-point lead, 45 seconds left, quarter number 1. Martin to the foul line. Feed in the corner to Truschel. Shot clock at 9. Now Jalea drives on Yamani Paul, puts it up. Found herself wide open, but maybe too wide open.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Just a little too open. You will not see Jalea Store miss many shots in the mid-range, especially because she is so crafty. She gets that open a lot based on her ability to dribble and use her body to get the defender off of her. And when you're that open, you knock down most of your shots. Just a little too open there, just short-armed it.
Final 8 seconds of the opening quarter. Autumn Phillips now drives. And a whistle. That'll go on Emily. .9 left, and probably a wise foul by Caroline because it was a point-blank opportunity.
Yeah, UNG hasn't necessarily gone small in this lineup with still Truschel, Store, and McLaughlin, but Augusta has gone a little bit big as they've got Paul in there at the free throw line, along with Freeman, two of their taller players down low, and they just had a mismatch with Paul on Martin off the inbound. A nice set
Yamani, a transfer from Kennesaw State, 1 of 2 at the line, final 2 seconds, and that's going to do it for quarter number 1. Great matchup here in the Peach Belt. North Georgia 23, Augusta 14. Back for the second quarter right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Here in beautiful Dahlonega, your home is more than just a place. It's a place you run to. But every home faces the wear and tear of weather over time. And when it comes to protecting your family, a quality roof is everything. Our team is dedicated to protecting Dahlonaga's families and landmarks alike, with roofs that stand up to Georgia's unpredictable weather and keeps our communities safe and dry. From storm-resistant shingles to energy-efficient options, our roofs are built to last, backed by our product and labor warranties and a commitment to quality that's unmatched. Whether it's a small repair or a complete replacement, we've got you covered, Dahlonega. Call Joshua 19 today for a free consultation. Protect what matters most with a roof you can trust. Joshua 19, proudly roofing Dahlonega, one home at a time.
Today's broadcast of the Nighthawk Sports Network brought to you in part by Bryant Properties, the leader in commercial real estate along the Georgia 400 corridor and a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics. Great start to this ball game by North Georgia in quarter number 1, powered in large part by one Ansley Hall.
Absolutely. Hall with 10 points already, 3 assists, and just 9 minutes leads UNG in all 3 of those categories. The Nighthawks 50% from the floor, 50% from deep, 100% at the free throw line. Also out rebounding Augusta 12-6 in those first 10 minutes. That's a key number for them as well. Part of the reason they got a 9-point lead.
It's about as good on the box score as you can expect or want after a quarter. Truschel picks up her dribble, the feed to Martin, now in the corner to Blackstock. Livy will drive, drew a little contact, but no whistle.
Yeah, I think the bump was more on the drive. It didn't quite affect the shot. Had it affected her shot a little bit more, it might have gotten called.
And a steal by Jalea, going 1-on-2, and she'll wait for Livy. Drives the baseline, tried to get it to Truschel, but a takeaway.
I think that one could have been called on that drive.
I think you're right.
I do like that from Livy, though. I think 10 times out of 10 last year we would have seen her stop and pop in the corner from there in transition. She tries to get a better look by driving and feeding to a teammate. She drew the foul, just didn't get the whistle.
Imani Paul, grad student from Norcross, laid that one in. It's 23-16. It's more than a minute gone here in quarter number 1. Beautiful feed from Truschel to Eminer. That one partially blocked. Boy, a lot of physical play here. Truschel hit the floor out of bounds, and
you can see Abercrombie kind of pull Truschel's arm as she's going for the ball, and it's right in front of the referee there.
Clock rolls. Nighthawks by 7, led by as many as 10. Actually by as many as 12. That baseline jumper no good. Boy, over the top rebound, and the follow no good. Another one. This one goes for Quinasia Abercrombie.
We mentioned good rebounding numbers for UNG in that first quarter. But you have to wonder if that's sustainable if they keep having these size mismatches at some of those smaller positions for the Nighthawks. I don't think it's of concern yet, but all of a sudden it's a 5-point game.
Yeah. Abercrombie averaging just shy of 7 rebounds a game. Talked about her in the open, just a freshman. Yeah.
Reminds me of Jones.
Yeah.
And I think these two are going to be competing for the Freshman of the Year award in the Peach Belt Conference. They both play really composed.
Yep.
And similar, we talked about Abercrombie, her numbers in the last 5 games. The average is almost 16 points, nearing 9 rebounds. Avery has been the same way. Off to a bit of slow start. Didn't quite get maybe the minutes she was hoping for early in the season. Now she's a starter on this team, and she's really starting to light it up lately. And it's going to be a good battle for that Freshman of the Year award down the stretch between these two.
No doubt about it. That turnover gives it to the Nighthawks. 2 minutes gone here in quarter number 2. Jones away to Store. Jalea now makes a move along the baseline. Nothing there. Martin faked. Boy, nice move in traffic, but nothing doing. Offensive rebound. Back to Jones. The feeds him and her. Tried to get it back door to Avery. Now Caroline puts it up. Three-pointer, good.
Wow. That was like, I hate this possession, so I'm just going to end it now.
And she did not, as soon as she touched that ball, it was going up.
This isn't working. I don't care how far I am. I'll just shoot it.
Three-pointer at the other end to answer. And give that to Elise Autry, freshman from Fairfax, Virginia.
Big-time response from Autry. And a good drive from Jones. Just going back to that conversation about Jones and Abercrombie that you saw there, matched up against each other right now, and just love seeing this back and forth battle between the two because nobody can predict the future, but I think it's safe to assume that these two programs are going to be good for the rest of the careers of Abercrombie and Jones, and if we can see more of them battling when they're no longer freshmen, but leaders on their teams and leaders in the conference, we are in for a treat.
No doubt about it. Time out of the floor, 7:03 to go until the half. It's North Georgia 28, Augusta 21. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
All right, show me how you do that again. I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here. At Georgia Heart Institute, our breakthroughs in artificial intelligence could accurately model and predict future heart problems decades in advance, so you can make plans today to be just where you're needed tomorrow.
Oh, I'm here.
The future of heart care. We're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
With the highest rankings in heart surgery and heart attack treatment, the future of heart care is happening here at Georgia Heart Institute, where Georgia's hearts are always on our minds.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
Fans, be sure to follow the Nighthawks on X, Instagram, Facebook, and all other forms of social media at UNG_Nighthawks, and check out UNGathletics.com for the latest news, scores, and updates, much more about the entire Nighthawk family. While we were away, an adjustment on the shot clock. Avery Jones, that one is off the mark. Trucial the rebound, but could not get the follow to go.
Man, that's a really great offensive set. Baseline out of bounds out of the timeout. I noticed Buffy Burson walked with her 5 players all the way to half court, using every second of that timeout to share her words. And they run a really beautiful set. Trucial inbounds it, comes off a fake screen from Kendall, gets it back down low. The kick to Jones leads to the shot, and then she's got great offensive positioning for the offensive rebound. I mean, those are kind of 3 good looks on that play, and just they don't get any of them to fall.
How enjoyable must it be for players when everything is clicking and you've got that kind of chemistry with your coaching staff?
You know, I've asked a lot of them, or, you know, just kind of talking about the games after they've finished, whether we run into them here at the Convocation Center or seeing them around campus as the week goes on, and all of them say this is such a fun team. That was such a fun game, and you can tell the way they play, they're so selfless, the way they pass the ball, that they're having fun. And what do they always say when you're 6 years old? It doesn't matter if you win or lose as long as you're having fun. Wins and losses matter a little bit more at this age, but having fun is still really important, and love to see it from them.
That last inbound play was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Beautiful feed to Trucial. That's been a hallmark of Coach Burson through the years, the ability to take advantage of baseline in.
Well, she's such a student of the game and the way it's grown and changed and just how long that she's been around. I just can't imagine what goes on in her brain when she's like, man, we just really need a bucket on this baseline out of bounds set. which of the 560 baseline out of bounds plays that I know should I use here? Oh, what's that one from 12 years ago when we beat this team at the buzzer? Because, you know, that's got to be, I mean, nearing savant level of knowledge. Has to be pretty cool to have and to play for her as well.
That shot from Hall blocked, going out of bounds and over to Augusta. Here's a good look at it. Some of the Nighthawk faithful thought there might have been a little contact.
I find it hard to believe it was that short without a little contact.
Monet, this is an air ball at the other end. And a foul. Boy, that's unintentional, but yet a foul on Abercrombie.
That's her second. And I think she's going to come out here. Yeah, she is. They've already kept Florence in the game with 2 fouls. And Florence will stay, but Abercrombie sits down with her second. So, yeah, that's a tough one. 93 feet from the basket. Hate to hear that whistle if you're Augusta.
No doubt. 5:25 and counting, quarter number 2. Nighthawks by 9 with the ball. The feed intended for Eminer, taken away. And one thing about the Jaguars, they are going to defend each and every time down the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been unwavering. Even, as you mentioned earlier, the Nighthawks got it up to a 12-point lead, and Augusta got it as close as 5, and that's because of their defense.
Big three-pointer there from Autumn Phillips. 30-24. Hall goes baseline, cut off there, finds room, puts it up, wouldn't go. Flagged down by Avery. Caroline all alone for 3. This one off the mark. Offensive rebound by Kendall Eminer. Back to Truschel. Nice fake by Emily. Zips it over. Jones 3 would not fall.
I mean, that's not what you want to see if you're a Nighthawk fan, but that's an impressive defensive possession from Augusta. They get a little bit lucky to have the miss from Martin and then the one from Jones on 2 open looks from deep, but they were flying all over the place, shaping and helping and contesting shots and not making it easy on UNG.
In the corner, Autry, that one is short, ball tipped, but right back to her, and they'll reset. Clock rolls, 4:04 and counting until the half. Jalea Storr set to check in. In the lane, shot up, blocked. They're going to call a foul on Kendall. And that will send Taisha Freeman to the line. First on Kendall. Freeman, a grad student from Waynesboro by way of Emmanuel University. 66% at the line. That one finds the mark. A make here would bring the Jaguars as close as they've been since the early moments of this ball game, and gets the roll. McLaughlin back in. Ava's really had some good, solid minutes of late.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a key contributor off the bench. Gives a chance for Eminer to get some rest and still keep a strong presence down low, both offensively and defensively on the floor for UNG.
Jalea picks up her dribble, back to Hall, shot clock at 15. Between the circles, looks to her left, dribbles to the right. Nice hesitation move, that one blocked. And the ball goes to the Jaguars. On the move, Phillips, coast to coast, and that is foul number 2 on Caroline.
And Nighthawk fans growing restless with the kind of contrarian philosophies with the 2 calls, or non-calls, we should say. That last drive from Hall just looked like there was a lot of contact. Hard to see at full speed. And then Martin, I think, did foul down here at the other end, but it looked like less than the previous one that UNG just had the other way. And Augusta's now just within 3.
A 1-possession game. Phillips, a 73% free throw shooter, settles in. And that one in and out, no good. Emily works, oh, beautiful behind the back dribble. Thought she was going to pull the trigger.
She was too.
Avery left it shy, got her own rebound underneath the feed to Jalea. And one of the Jaguar players on the floor in some discomfort.
Looks like it's Phillips, I think. Yeah.
And so an official timeout, 3:08 to go here in quarter number 2. And it is Autumn Phillips, you are correct. We'll keep it right here for the moment.
The referees are going to go to the monitor now for something.
So whether or not that was an intentional foul. You know, we talked about each game we have enjoyed so many beautiful angles and replays, and the officials able to take advantage of that here more so than a lot of venues.
Yeah, we've been really lucky enough to have the support of the senior administration of this athletic department to allow us on the Nighthawk Sports Network to have multiple camera angles and to grow this broadcast in the way we have. And it goes beyond just like, hey, we have cameras and the referees can look at more. Like, we also get to have student workers who are operating these cameras and getting to learn about this industry and about sports production and getting to get paid for all of that experience as well. And that's really invaluable. And so it's nice to have the shiny toys as well, but there are some real world benefits to it that I've really enjoyed since getting here to UNG, and being able to implement these things on the broadcast has been a lot of fun for me. And I know the students really enjoy it as well.
Well, and let me take this opportunity to congratulate you for the leadership in making that happen. And look here at the last play, but not only the addition, you see the contact.
I think Truschel's elbow gets her just sort of incidentally as Jones drove by, and certainly not an intentional foul there.
Agreed. But hats off to the job that you've done with the graphics, the visual components that have really just taken the Nighthawk Sports Network experience to a whole nother level.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I wouldn't be able to do it without everyone else. There's a lot of people that go into this broadcast every single game that don't get seen on the camera or their voice doesn't get heard, and they have a lot to do with it.
Beautiful pass to McLaughlin, but the shot just shy. And not only the video components, but for social media, the still photography that has provided an amazing look into Nighthawk athletics.
Yeah, that's a huge credit to two other people whose names don't get mentioned enough. That's Morgan May, our Assistant Athletic Director for Marketing and Communications, and David Trotter, one of the newest hires here at UNG, who's our Director of Creative Services. Those two have really taken it upon themselves to completely overhaul the external aesthetic of North Georgia athletics, and it has been unbelievable. David has been shining with the creation of the graphical elements that you see on social media, the still photography like you mentioned. Morgan has really done a fantastic job taking over how things look in arena when you come and visit our fantastic facilities, the fan environment, the video component, any of the highlight videos that you see on social media, those come from student workers who film those under the direction of David and Morgan, and everything's sort of clicking right now, it feels like, and it's really fun to watch everything come together the way it has.
And priceless experience, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Avery Jones fighting through the defense, and a lot of the Nighthawk faithful wondering when a whistle's going to blow on this end of the floor.
It feels like it's been a while, doesn't it?
In a minute. 1:40 to go until the half. Nighthawks by 5. Jaguars with the ball. Freeman gets rid of it to Burns. Now in the hands of Autry. Elise guarded by Hall. Drive, shoots. That one no good. The net clinging to itself. We play on. Julia away to Avery. Looking for Emily. Truschel backs in, puts it up. Would not be denied.
Nice. That's a good shot from Truschel. Julia Storrs wide open on a backdoor kind of swirling cut there, and Truschel takes that shot over her left shoulder with the hook, knowing that even if she misses, Julia's going to be wide open for an offensive rebound on the other end, but she just made it anyways.
A beautiful tip by Julia. to Hall to McLaughlin.
What a pass that was. That reminds me of, sometimes we watch college or NFL football and we get that sky cam from behind the line of scrimmage, and you see a quarterback flip it over a linebacker and it's just a centimeter over his finger, and you're like, how did he do that? And that's exactly what Ansley Hall just did right there. Fed it perfectly to the window that McLaughlin needed to score easily.
Nighthawks can hold for one. They're up 38-29, a little 6-0 run here to answer the push by the Jaguars. Hall at midcourt, closely checked by Autry. Clock at 10. Away it goes to Jones. Boy, where is the whistle?
You can see the frustration on Avery's face as well, and rightfully so. She's been getting bumped all game long. That's one of the few calls that she has gotten for her efforts.
7.1 inbound comes to Storr. Jalea holding high away to Hall. Put it up, would not fall, but she'll head to the line for two.
Almost snuck it over the front of the rim for her second and one of the game, but 10-6 for Ansley Hall right now, and 0 in this second quarter, and she still has made a huge impact on this end of the floor.
Ansley settles in. Just as good as always. 88% coming into the ball game today.
Hall, Truschel, and Martin each in the top 10 in the Peach Belt and free throw percentage, each in the top 100 nationally.
And a three-pointer at the buzzer from Elise Autry, and that will change the board just a pinch. What would have been an 11-point lead is but 8 at the half, with the Nighthawks on top of Augusta, 40-32. We'll take a break. We'll be back to digest the box score from the first half. You've seen it right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Scholarship in North Georgia because a mentor named Colonel Phil Baker is an airborne ranger.
You see, our strategy is not transactional. Our strategy is transformational. That's why we are partnering with the biggest and the brightest minds in America to tell our story. Because over the next several years, we're going to build the Corps of the future. A Corps of cadets that America has never seen before. And we're going to serve veterans on all of our campuses like never before.
world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
All right, show me how you did that again. I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here. At Georgia Heart Institute, our breakthroughs in artificial intelligence could accurately model and predict future heart problems decades in advance, so you can make plans today to be just where you're needed tomorrow.
Oh, I'm here.
The future of heart care. We're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
Hey there, sports fans. Ready to unlock incredible hotel deals? Get a free membership and save up to 50%. Stay grand. Spend less. The simplest site. The best unpublished hotel deals. peachbelttravel.com.
number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Holmes.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
We have a long tradition of athletics at the University of North Georgia. For the past 50 years, our athletic programs have been making a difference for our university. And today, I'm really excited to talk about how we will take that to the next level. When you think about elite athletics, you think about elite performance. Mary Rob, tell me what that means to you.
So elite performance at the University of North Georgia is unique because we have a value proposition unlike anybody else in this country, where we're able to perform at the highest level because of our connections with our Corps of Cadets and our College of Health Sciences and Professions, coupled with our professionals from coaches, athletic trainers, support staff, and our Department of Athletics, where we're preparing our student athletes to battle on the field of competition, in the classroom, and in our community. We'll be elite in everything we do.
So today, we are really excited to announce our strategic bet, where we are going to deliver elite performance, elite competition, and the most value-adding Division II athletic program in America. Go Nighthawks.
At the University of North Georgia, education is more than just a degree. That's why we understand student success is based on 4 interconnected pillars: academic achievement, sense of purpose, well-being, and belonging and engagement. Each pillar reinforces the others, forming the strong foundation that helps UNG students succeed during their time here. Academic achievement is what happens when students work hard and succeed in their studies. At UNG, no matter what degree you're pursuing, you'll receive support throughout your academic journey. We're here to assist with securing internships and study abroad opportunities, as well as other helpful resources like tutoring and advising to improve grades and prepare you for your future career. As a student, you develop a sense of purpose by exploring your unique strengths and personal values. This self-discovery happens when you join clubs, volunteer for community outreach, and participate in leadership activities. When you connect your strengths and values with your academic goals, you'll be able to make meaningful choices about your educational and career pathways. Well-being refers to the overall state of being healthy, happy, and prosperous. It's defined through 8 key dimensions: career, environmental, financial, intellectual, mental, physical, social, and spiritual well-being. When students maintain a healthy level of well-being across these areas, they can better manage stress and anxiety while enhancing their resilience and leadership abilities. Our Live Well UNG initiative promotes healthy behaviors and strategies for achieving overall well-being. We also understand the importance of belonging and engagement in fostering student success. This means feeling supported socially and connected to others on campus. From community building events to cohort programs and clubs, our goal is to make sure every student feels connected, valued, and empowered. At the heart of the University of North Georgia lies a commitment to academic excellence. It's about achieving dreams, finding purpose, enriching your well-being, and forging lifelong connections. Wherever you are in your educational journey, we are here to help you every step of the way.
No matter how you connect, ETC delivers fast, reliable internet and secure, powerful Wi-Fi choices for your home for intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With local experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect to awesome Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or visit etcnow.com to upgrade your internet today.
North Georgia leading Augusta here in the half, 40-32. Ansley Hall's 12 points, 10 from Caroline Martin to lead the way for North Georgia. But on the boards, a significant advantage, 25-16 in favor of North Georgia. We'll see what transpires in the second half of what is a good Peach Belt Conference matchup. Glad you've joined us here today.
A couple telling stats here. The surprise is the three-point shooting. Augusta better than UNG in that first half, but for Augusta, 3 assists on 10 made field goals. UNG, back where they usually are, 11 on 15, and you already brought up the rebounding. A couple surprises in that first half, especially the three-point shooting and the rebounding.
It's interesting to see how the Nighthawks responded once Augusta had pulled within single possession deficit. But a nice strong finish. Here we're underway, and that shot point blank would not fall for Abercrombie. First touch of the second half for North Georgia. Inside, beautiful effort from Kendall Eminer. And Autumn Phillips paying the price, being in the path of Kendall on her trip back down the floor. And the answer at the other end. .909 on the clock here, third quarter.
We talked about those assist numbers at half. It's now 12 on 16 made field goals for UNG as Jones just gets caught for the travel there, kind of a stumble. Their assist percentage this season has been unbelievable, and I wish it was a stat that we were given by the NCAA across the country, because on the season it's at 67%.
That's crazy.
Of all made shots have an assist on the forefront of it, and that's an astronomical number, and I would really love to see where it ranks across the country. Assists per game, they're third in the nation. Assist to turnover, they're top 10. So assist percentage, they're probably top 5 or right around that mark. I wish it was a number that we did have, though, but really impressive ball distribution for this Nighthawk team.
Beautiful move. The left-hand shot goes for Emily, and she heads to the line, trying to convert an old-fashioned three-point play.
Right on cue. I'm just going to take this one myself. But a nice move and a good bucket from Emily there.
What touch.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of players on this UNG team that have that. We talked about Emily listed as the forward, but faster, better three-point shooter than a lot of her forward counterparts on the opposing teams, and that's kind of the mismatch that she provides, but she still has that size to get down low and put an opponent on her shoulder and go to work like she did right there.
Monet takes it. Now away it goes to Freeman. Wing three, high arcing shot, no good. Rebound winds up in Caroline Martin's hands. She's on the move. Caroline drives, somehow gets it to go.
Double clutch magic from Caroline Martin on that drive.
I'm continually amazed at her ability to will the ball into the net. Biggest lead of the day for North Georgia, 47-34, 7:47 to go in the third. Feed intended for Emily, she tracks it down. Boy, Caroline was calling for it. Now Avery drives, nothing there. Out front, Truschel, feed intended for Hall, winds up to Kendall. Beautiful cut by Caroline. Look at that!
A great bailout by Martin. That possession was kind of heading directly for a brick wall, and finally she cuts back door. Eminer finds her with a nice feed and an even better finish on the reverse layup.
Like a magician, 49-34. Nighthawks on top by 15, biggest lead of the day. And they have come out of the gates here in the third just like they began the game. Emily leaving that one a bit shy.
It's been a frantic pace back and forth, and you can see some heavy legs on the floor right now after the way this second half has started. Haven't had many whistles.
Spin move and a whistle. That's going to go on Kendall.
That's that special power that we have. Just wanted to give them a breather. So you talk about no whistles, and then we get one.
You're good, Brendan. You're good.
It was all planned. No, but you talk about the impressive ability for Caroline Martin to will the ball into the basket. And she reminds me a lot of a player that I sort of grew up watching. And That's legendary Michigan State guard Cassius Winston. Yeah. For those that ever watched him play, undersized, maybe a little bit less athletic, less fast than some of the other defenders, but he just had this innate ability that no matter where the hand was in his face, if he was around the rim, the ball was going to go in. And I would say Caroline's even probably more athletic, respectively, than a player like he was, but she has that finishing ability, that like Kyrie Irving type thing where if she gets near the rim, it really doesn't matter what you do on defense. She's going to find a way to put that ball in the basket. We've seen a little bit of that to start the second half.
You know, it's just amazing, and we have been fortunate to see year after year of that. The dogged competitiveness. Nice feed inside of the block by Kendall.
That was a great block from Eminer. Coaches often preach being the second player off the floor on defense when you're going for that block, because if you're the first, you're very likely going to get caught with a pump fake, get caught for the foul. So it's hard to learn that timing to be the second one off the floor, but that was so perfect, and that's exactly what that was there. She was the second one off the floor, timed it well, reached up, and had a beautiful block.
Nothing doing that time at the other end for the Nighthawks, 5:50 and counting, 49-35, but a turnover at the other end. Fullwood could not control it. Back to the Nighthawks we go. Martin fakes, now drives, and draws contact from Elise Autry. Third on Elise.
And just a little bit of a trip. Good job by Martin to attack that top leg from Autry. Go at that hip. Usually you're either going to get the defender to drop their foot and you've got an open lane, or you're going to force a foul.
The move by Emily, could not get the shot to go, but gave herself a good opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good look in close that she's going to make more times than not. Just didn't work on that one, but Nighthawks comfortable in this third quarter now. Back to that 14-point lead, that area that they've been all game up until the end of that first half, excuse me.
Jackson gives it in the corner away to Abercrombie, and an offensive rebound. Drive and a beautiful lay-in for Autumn Phillips. Found Main Street wide open. Jones to Truschel. Nice cut by Jalea, but another block. Jaguars have shown the ability to alter a lot of opportunities today. What I call a jump ball as Avery Jones and Monet Florence tied up. Timeout on the floor, 4:43 to go in the third. It's UNG 49, Augusta 37. Back after this on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Dahlonega Resort and Vineyard is a quick drive from Atlanta, but a world apart from the noise and sprawl. Escape to the North Georgia mountains for your next weekend adventure, or book your next corporate outing at Dahlonega Resort and Vineyard today. A gorgeous part of the North Georgia region.
Hopefully we get back to more picturesque views here. It's
yes.
Been frigid, bare trees,
yes.
Even some snow.
Yes.
We were lucky enough here in Dahlonega to avoid the snow that headlined the week in the metro Atlanta area.
Block, follow, scramble, follow, no good. Ava says, I'll take it from here. A lot of contact.
Good strong rebound, and that's why UNG has dominated the rebounding battle today, because they've had a number of those fights down low that they've won with that type of effort.
Hensley. 4:04 to go here in the third. The feed to Truschel. Emily in traffic, and that was altered. Nighthawks by a dozen. Augusta with the ball. Drive.
Good D.
Nicely done. By the way, in the ball game, Nayanit Pook, senior from Des Moines, Iowa, for Augusta. 3:33 to go in the third, and a three-pointer from Emily.
You could tell it when it left her hand, and that's her first attempted three of the game. Not too many games this year. We're going to make it with 3 minutes left in the third quarter that Truschel hasn't taken a three yet.
I'm going to give that infraction to Ava. That'll be her first. Trio of substitutions for Augusta back in. Florence, Autry, and Freeman back in. The lob tracked down by Nayanit. Away it goes to Elise and over to Monet. Lawrence puts it up, draws contact, and will head to the line. Third on Emily. Truschel gets a breather. Avery Jones back in the lineup. That one woefully short. Lawrence, senior out of Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And Eagles Landing High, a 75% free throw shooter, was one of two that trip. Full court pressure. Martin cross court to Jalea. Gets it across. Caroline thought about it, over to Avery. Jaguars really turning up the defensive intensity.
Yeah, it's that time of the game for them.
Martin in traffic, has it blocked, but a foul charged to Tayasia Freeman.
Down by 14 for Augusta. Push is nearing shove, and with the fourth quarter looming, they know that they can't wait much longer to force UNG to try to make some mistakes and get back in this game. So that's why we see the full court pressure and that intensity on defense. And credit to the Jaguars for that. A lot of teams would wait to get a little bit later and wait too long, and all of a sudden there's 5 minutes left and you're down 16 or 17. Oh, now we're going to press. And that's, at that point, it's too little too late. The earlier they can get on top of it, they can make the fourth quarter competitive. But a good job, calm offensive attack from UNG there, and they get to make the free throw line from Martin.
Caroline 1 of 2. Give her 14 on the day. Drive by Autry is short, but an offensive board hit the underside. The follow no good either. Boy, 3 golden opportunities for the Jaguars.
And those are the ones that if they want to get back in the game, they really got to get to go down.
Beautiful rebound. The follow wouldn't go, though, for Ava. And that's going to be, I think, the third on Caroline.
Yeah, it should be. She just comes over the top too late there and is all over. I believe that was Abercrombie. It might have been Freeman. So she gets called for her third. That was really great positioning by McLaughlin on the other side for that offensive rebound. Just couldn't make the putback.
Straightaway 3 goes for Monet Florence. That's only her first field goal of the ball game. Tied up, and it will go over to Augusta. Jaguars cut their deficit to 3 points at 32-29, but an 8-0 run by the Nighthawks to end the second quarter gave them an advantage. And they have stayed with that most of the rest of the way. Beautiful move, though, in the lane from Abercrombie.
Well, that's one of the few times we haven't seen Abercrombie guarded by Jones, and she takes advantage of that. The two of them have had quiet games offensively, but have pitched in other ways. 5 rebounds for Avery, 4 for Abercrombie. Make it 5.
Floater by Hall would not go. 1:11 remaining in the third. Autry was open if she had only turned around. Ansley zips it cross court to Blackstock for 3. No good.
It's a good look, though. You'll take Livy open in the corner and anytime you can get it. And that was a real nice job by Hall to keep her head up, survey the floor, and just wait for that right moment and just flick it across. But
10-point ball game. The drive shot blocked, but a foul called, and that will stop the clock with 35.9 in the third. Eminer back in for McLaughlin. Good minutes for Ava. Abercrombie, a 72% free throw shooter. Does not get the friendly roll there.
We talked about the battle between Abercrombie and Jones that we're likely going to see here today, and we have, and that we're going to see in the years to come. And the similarities in their days has just been kind of eerie. Jones, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Abercrombie started to score the last few possessions, but she's up to, I believe, 4 points, 6 rebounds, a steal, and a block as well. So quieter offensive nights than we're used to them seeing, but still the value that they bring as freshmen contributing in other ways.
Open in the corner, Jalea puts it up, no good. Rebound snagged by Freeman. Final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Augusta will have the last shot. Phillips puts it up and hits it. And we are 3/4 of the way through. North Georgia 53, Augusta hanging in there with 46. Fourth quarter straight ahead on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Calling all business owners, let Business Fernie, a proud partner of UNG Athletics, help you furnish your workspace with office furniture, graphics, wall solutions, and much more. Business Fernie, proud sponsor of UNG Athletics.
And that Champions Club done by Fernie. Beautiful renovation that they've had over there, and that place has grown in popularity a lot.
I can understand. It is.
Yeah.
It looks comfortable.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter underway. Nighthawks have it. The lead is 7. Inside, that one tipped away. That's going to be a reach-in foul on Avery. Second personal on Jones.
I think Avery's probably going to be hard on herself for the way that sequence went, but that's a really good defensive play on the back end by Phillips. Jones is feeding that to a spot where she thinks only Eminer can get it, and Jones comes from the help side. She's guarding the Nighthawk in the far corner, and she comes around that whole play and that post up to make that steal.
Ball tipped, so Ansley will retrieve it. Hall now leads for Caroline, an offensive foul as Florence hits the floor.
Hall has to be allowed to hand the ball off to her teammate. I don't see how that's an offensive foul.
Clock rolls.
Wow, great feed.
Oh, and a missed shot. The follow, though, will go. Goodness. And the lead is 5. That 3 would not go for Emily.
This is what we talked about. That defensive pressure that Augusta used. They get the 3 there. All of a sudden, it's just a 2-point game. They started this comeback effort in that third quarter. And now they've got time to make this a competitive fourth quarter with 8:46 to go.
Now a 13-0 run by Augusta. Timeout on the floor, 8:46 to go. 53-51. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Here in beautiful Dahlonega, your home is more than just a place. It's a place you run to. But every home faces the wear and tear of weather over time. And when it comes to protecting your family, a quality roof is everything. Our team is dedicated to protecting Dahlonaga's families and landmarks alike, with roofs that stand up to Georgia's unpredictable weather and keeps our communities safe and dry. From storm-resistant shingles to energy-efficient options, our roofs are built to last, backed by our product and labor warranties and a commitment to quality that's unmatched. Whether it's a small repair or a complete replacement, we've got you covered, Dahlonega. Call Joshua 19 today for a free consultation. Protect what matters most with a roof you can trust. Joshua 19, proudly roofing Dahlonega, one home at a time.
Fans, while we appreciate you joining us here on the Nighthawk Sports Network, you're really missing out. Come on down to the UNG Convocation Center for the ultimate in-person fan experience today. Single game tickets available for purchase at ungathletics.com/tickets. Not since the game was 4-2 in favor of North Georgia have the Jaguars been this close. Can the Nighthawks respond? Caroline Martin draws contact. She'll head to the line.
Love that aggressiveness out of the timeout from Coach Burson and the team. Just let Caroline see what she can do with the ball in her hands, get to the basket, try to make something happen. Fouls can be deflating for a team trying to come back. And UNG has forced a lot of whistles today, maybe not as many as they would like.
A couple of uncharacteristic misses at the line for Caroline today. 1 of 2 there. And that breaks that 13-0 run by Augusta. Freeman backs in, now kicks long 3. It's up, it's no good. Rebound off the fingertips of Kendall, and it will be Augusta ball.
I think that's just unlucky from Kendall, kind of coming down unbalanced. And not much she can do there. It's a good poke by Freeman.
Nayanit Pook gives way to Florence Monet all the way. And a 1-point ball game. The feed to Martin stops, has it blocked, and a foul. That'll go against Tayasia Freeman, her 3rd.
It's 3 Jaguars on the floor with 3 fouls. Keep letting Martin be aggressive, keep forcing them to make defensive plays.
Goodness. Caroline has missed the first free throw each time she's been at the line today. But Well, 0 of 2 there, but an offensive get for Emily.
Shot clock. Reset to 30 instead of 20.
And so that will be done, and Nighthawks will inbound underneath.
Really love to see UNG get back to that offense that we saw in the first half here in the final 8 minutes. This is not the first time this season we have seen them struggle in the second half offensively, particularly in the third quarter, as we're now into the fourth. And it ultimately led to their demise in the fourth quarter against Columbus State, and their only loss this season, and that's a big answer from Ansley Hall.
Huge three from Ansley, just like she started the game.
I think she's got a headphone and she's listening to us.
Big play.
She's got a direct feed.
Big players come up with big plays and an answer at the other end. Goodness.
And the fight from Augusta down the stretch, the last 3 possessions for them. They get a big 3 to cut it to 2. The next possession, they're down 3. They get the offensive rebound and score on the out of bounds after that. And then the and 1 on this trip down to cut it to 1 from Phillips.
Again, second time it's been a 1-point ball game. Now 13 points on the day for Autumn Phillips. Nighthawks clinging to a 57-56 lead. Jones with 7:17 to go. Away to Truschel. Now Martin. Caroline drives. The lob to Emily. Now Jones with 4. Back to Truschel. 3 in the corner. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Caroline!
What a job by Caroline Martin. Just gritty possession to go in there into the teeth of the defense. She's taken a lot of hits today, but fearless on that one to get in there, get the offensive rebound, and put it back.
Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound to the Nighthawks. That's one thing that, is amazing. The physicality that is required to compete at this level. Caroline Martin exemplifies that.
Yeah, this conference, just the way these teams play, a lot of them really seems like they don't like each other, and rightfully so.
Avery Jones missing there. Battle for the loose ball, and it will be, I think, North Georgia ball.
Yeah, they signaled that way. Emily was chasing after it. It looked live like it was off Augusta. Love the effort, but don't touch it, let it get out, and she did.
Yep.
Big possession here.
3-point lead. The feed inside Kendall. And blocked, but a foul. That is number 4 on Freeman. Kendall really working hard to get position.
Craig, that's interesting. They've just announced that as her 3rd foul. They have it as what will be her 3rd when the scoreboard updates in a second here. I was with you, though. I thought that was her 4th.
That's her 4th.
I hate to question the legend Jim Stewart, who I think is the best foul tracker in the Southeast region. But
I think it's 4.
The scoreboard said 2 the last time she fouled a couple possessions ago. Maybe that 2 was put up quicker on that instance than the 3 came on this one. Less of a delay or something, but I was with you. I thought that was 4.
We will see. Timeout on the floor. 6:04 to go. Nighthawks on top by 5. Back in a moment, right after this on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
All right, show me how you did that again. I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here. I'm here. That's why we're here. At Georgia Heart Institute, our breakthroughs in artificial intelligence could accurately model and predict future heart problems decades in advance, so you can make plans today to be just where you're needed tomorrow. Oh, I'm here. The future of heart care. We're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
With the highest rankings in heart surgery and heart attack treatment, the future of heart care is happening here at Georgia Heart Institute, where Georgia's hearts are always on our minds.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
Coverage of Nighthawk Athletics provided in part by Augusta. Nestled in the foothills of the North Georgia Mountains, Augusta Golf Club, a true Dahlonega treasure, and home of UNG Golf.
Right around the corner from the second half of golf season, two of the best programs in the country. The women, number 11, their highest ranking ever. The men, obviously number 2, national runner-up last year. Ready to try to get back to a national championship this year.
Can't wait. And a whistle away from the ball.
People at home probably think we're crazy talking about golf with the weather we've had lately, but it is actually very soon.
Yeah.
So is baseball.
Yes.
6 days from the home opener for UNG baseball.
Love it. Pook away to Phillips. Turn around by Paul, up and no good. Kendall with the rebound. Nighthawks up 5 with 5:35 to go. Ansley. Now Emily, back to Hall it goes. Shot clock at 10. Oh, that pass intended for Eminer. Was it touched by Augusta?
I think there's a foul before it goes out of bounds, yeah.
Wow.
Yep, they've got, who was that? Yeah, they got that on Paul as she hung on to the arm of Eminer.
Bailed out yet again. Inbound to Kendall. Backs in, spin move up, left it shy. Avery was trying to sneak in and snatch the rebound.
Almost on both of those.
Yep.
Almost made that shot for Kendall. Just had to get a little bit higher, and then Jones almost had the offensive rebound. It's a good defensive stop for Augusta.
Abercrombie right through traffic. Three-point ball game. Inside 5 minutes to go. Jones left it shy. Now Augusta with numbers. The drive by Phillips. The shot and no good. Tracked down though by Yamani Paul. Now Florence will head down the lane, throw it up and no good. Oh. Another shot for Abercrombie. Goodness gracious. Multiple opportunities. And for the third time today, a one-point ball game.
Really an unlucky possession for the Nighthawks. Couple bad bounces that don't go their way. Multiple offensive rebounds for Augusta.
Straightaway three, Avery Jones, no good. And Avery has not been locked in as she has been of late. Inside 4 minutes we go.
See a lot of tired faces out there on both sides. This has been a real good battle in this fourth quarter.
Tried by Phillips, shot is up and no good, out of bounds, and it's North Georgia ball. Julia Storr will check in for Jones, but not before the under 4 timeout. 3:45 to go in the ball game. Nighthawks by 1. Back in a moment. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
No matter how you connect, ETC delivers fast, reliable internet and secure, powerful Wi-Fi choices for your home. For intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device, all at once. With local experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect to awesome Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or visit etcnow.com to upgrade your internet today.
There you see the Nighthawk huddle, clinging to a 1-point lead. That's the third time it's been that tight. One coming up ahead for North Georgia.
This is a key part of UNG's schedule. This game and that next home one against USC Aiken next Wednesday, because these are 2 wins that if you can pick them up, that Flagler is the reset of the conference play, where they now just start facing everybody for the second time. And if you can pick up 2 wins right before that reset, because at the back end of that reset where they play some of the lower teams, Flagler a little bit lower in the standings, Aiken obviously, Georgia College kind of in the middle of the pack. on the heels of that is the rematch with Columbus State.
Yep.
And you're tied right now, both Columbus State and North Georgia 5-1 for first in the Peach Belt. It looks like we're on course for a head-to-head collision for top spot in the league when those two face each other again in Columbus.
Truschel through traffic, blocked by Phillips out of bounds. Give credit to the Jaguars. They have been in the right place all day long defensively.
I mean, look at that. Great shot on the replay. That's unbelievable help defense by Phillips.
Nice fake by Truschel. Turns, shoots, no good. Ball knocked free and a foul on Ava.
It's another good opportunity, both on the shot and on the offensive rebound. And it'll be free throws for Augusta instead.
Clock at 3:26. Imani Paul, a 67% free throw shooter, a former Kennesaw State University Fighting Owl. Grad student from Norcross has tied the game for the first time since the opening tip.
Now, how do you respond if you're UNG? We've talked about it. They've been in this position before. This is not unfamiliar for them to be up big early in a game and now all of a sudden clinging to this battle in the fourth quarter, and the offense just still struggling down the stretch here.
61 all. 3:03 to go. Can the Nighthawks fend off the Jaguars? Florence, no good. McGlockton, the ball.
Gotta go, got numbers.
Up ahead, intended for Storr, knocked away by Abercrombie.
That's a great play by Abercrombie. Just doing anything she can to cut off that fast break. If that pass gets through, Julia Storr's got a good chance at a bucket, maybe even an and one. Get a little bit of momentum for UNG. Instead, just reset out of bounds.
2:51 to go here in Dahlonega. McGlockton back to Hall, goes baseline. The feed intended for Storr. Julia comes up with it. Drives off balance. Boy, oh boy. Thought there might have been a foul.
Go either way with that one. I don't mind the take from Storr, though.
Down the lane, and a foul called here as take a look at that last trip down the floor, and Julia, goodness gracious.
Yeah, a little tough to see on that replay.
The other end, Imani Paul back at the line. And for the first time today, Augusta leads this game.
Nighthawks 5 of 16 from the floor in that third quarter, 1 of 4 from deep in the fourth, 2 of 12 and 1 of 5 from downtown. They've only made 5 threes in this game. They came in averaging almost 9 per game.
Now a 6-0 run by Augusta to take their first lead, 62-61. And the alternating possession have it underneath their own goal. Phillips to inbound. Ball knocked free. Nighthawks have it. Up to Martin. Caroline guarded by Pook. Back out to Hall. And now Storr. Big possession here for North Georgia. Jones, the feed to Eminer, left-hand shot, blocked, foul on Paul. And Imani, a very demonstrative reaction to the whistle.
And that's a right call. She comes down that sort of 45-degree angle with the arm. That's the dead giveaway, and a good job by Eminer working really hard down low to get possession and get the space to go up and draw that foul.
Kendall has tied it and has given the Nighthawks the lead back. Great job at the line today from Eminer.
2 big free throws for Kendall. She's 3 for 3 now in this game.
Yep. 63-62, North Georgia, 2:02 to go. Phillips drives on Hall, off balance, shot is up and good.
That's a really good take by Phillips. Just got the edge on Hall, then used that position to bump her off and get the space she needs, but Ansley answers.
Thank you very much. 65-64, Hall did not waste a second. Now Phillips away to Abercrombie, guarded by Jones. A minute and a half to go. Nighthawks by 1. Florence, nothing there. Hall drives the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound, big one by Kendall Eminer.
You got 30 seconds here. Got to use all of them pretty much if you're UNG.
And you want a good look. Hall drives the right side, nothing there. And a foul will send her to the line.
You'll take Ansley Hall at the free throw line.
The fourth on Yamani. Two shots for Ansley. 18 on the day.
She's been huge from the start of this game. Her 18 ties Martin for the most for UNG. She's got 6 assists as well to lead the team. 3 rebounds. It's been a big day for Ansley Hall, and they've needed it.
2-point ball game. 66-64. Inside a minute to go. Florence to Abercrombie. Back to Monet. 3-pointer on the wing. Doggone it.
That's been sort of Augusta's MO in this comeback. Ferocious defense on one end, and they've had some really nice big drives on the other, but the ones that have hurt have been some clutch threes ever since really they started to mount this comeback in the third quarter.
Lawrence now with 12 points on the day. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. 48.4 to go. Augusta by a point. The exciting finish straight ahead on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Here in beautiful Dahlonega, your home is more than just a place. It's a place you run to. But every home faces the wear and tear of weather over time. And when it comes to protecting your family, a quality roof is everything. Our team is dedicated to protecting Dahlonaga's families and landmarks alike, with roofs that stand up to Georgia's unpredictable weather and keeps our communities safe and dry. From storm-resistant shingles to energy-efficient options, our roofs are built to last, backed by our product and labor warranties and a commitment to quality that's unmatched. Whether it's a small repair or a complete replacement, we've got you covered, Dahlonega. Call Joshua 19 today for a free consultation. Protect what matters most with a roof you can trust. Joshua 19, proudly roofing Dahlonega, one home at a time.
A big three-pointer by Monet Florence has Augusta up by a point, 67-66. It'll be Truschel to inbound, does so to Hall. The feed to Emily in the lane, hook shot up, good!
Love that possession from UNG. Just go quick, get the lead right back, put the pressure on Augusta, give it to one of your best players, and Emily Truschel. And Craig, you were here for a pretty similar looking shot last year against Georgia College. That one came a little bit later, but if you need a bucket late, Truschel has proven herself in this building.
And the absolute ability to go get that entry pass, because it wasn't necessarily right on target, collect it, collect herself, and get a great look. Now you've got to defend. 40 seconds.
The key is rebounding. UNG has 32 rebounds today. That's 3 more than Augusta. Half of their 32 have been on the offensive side.
Huge.
What you don't want to do is give that up on the other side. And Augusta, they've had a few possessions in this comeback with multiple shots at the basket. You've got to box out. It's an Augusta team that has not missed much in this fourth quarter. 8 for 18, 44%. If they do, you've got to make it matter.
Here we go. Florence inbounds to Phillips. Guarded by Hall. Puts it up, 17-footer, no good. Rebound to Eminer. Tied up, and it will be North Georgia ball. Coach Buffy Burson calls timeout. 30 seconds exactly left. 30-second timeout. We keep it right here.
You can maybe hear the Nighthawk fans at home. Not sure if you can hear it or not, but upset with the call. I thought it was the right call. It's a jump ball. It's not exactly what you want. You'd rather a foul there,
sure.
and then it goes to the other end. But credit Augusta for just getting their hands on the ball and forcing that. There wasn't enough time for Coach Burson to call a timeout. There's always going to be contact on a held ball, but I think that's the right call.
Well, and here's the kicker. Kendall was in between. She was sandwiched between two Augusta players, nowhere to go after she got that all-important rebound. There you see Coach Burson.
And at the end of the day, you do have the shot clock off if you're UNG, so you force Augusta to make this foul quick here.
Yep. And quite honestly, everybody on the floor for North Georgia is good at the line.
Oh, here we go.
Love this play. Inbound is going to go to Hall, fouled immediately, and that is 5 I have for Freeman. Well,
Jim Stewart says 4.
Okay, and maybe the book says 4.
I imagine it does. We couldn't be right, could we? No way.
Nonetheless, all right, some conversation here.
I think they're going to go to the monitor for something.
We'll go for a video review, and we'll get word here on what is forthcoming. And they are confirming on whom the foul has been called.
Which is big because Florence has 4. Before that play, that foul was listed as Freeman's 4th.
Yep.
Imani Paul, who was not on the floor, also has 4. She's on the bench.
So the officials making the video review, 28.8, so a very quick, immediate foul. And it will be Hall at the line. And even if you hit them both, it still stays a one-possession ball game, which you feel a lot better with that lead being 3.
Yeah, you want to force Augusta to have to make another clutch 3 again down the other way, because I don't know that a 2 helps them. It does. I mean, there's still so much time left that we're not quite at needing a 3 level yet if Augusta does get down by that many.
Right on the money. Ansley Hall, 69-67. Two-point ball game, 25 seconds left. 69-67 North Georgia. Augusta the ball.
Now it's really no 3s for UNG.
Lawrence had that one partially blocked. Loose ball scramble, oh my. And a foul will send the Jaguars to the line.
Boy, that was great defense on Florence at first, and then what a rebound by Quinasia Abercrombie. Big time free throws for the freshman. We've talked a lot about her today, and now she's got her moment in this game.
Shot up and good. 69-68. 15.2. We're tied.
She's got 11 and 10 now, Craig. Her second straight double-double.
All right, so now with 15.2, Coach Burson, the timeout. None left. Multiple players that you feel very comfortable with taking what ostensibly could be the last shot of the game.
Yeah, it's obviously been one of the better offensive days for Hall. Truschel just had the clutch bucket. Caroline Martin is Caroline Martin, and she's got 18 points in this game. And Kendall Emmeter, I think, is a candidate as well for the positioning that she's been able to get down low. I look back at the offensive rebounding and think you probably take this shot around the 7-6-5 mark and leave yourself an opportunity to get the putback, because it's unlikely that Augusta goes the length of the floor in the final 5 seconds and puts up a game-winning shot if you miss and don't get the offensive rebound.
It'll be Truschel to inbound. Does so to Hall. Ansley. Clock rolls with 10, 9. Hall with 8. The lob to Truschel. 6. Puts it up, and the Nighthawks are on top. 71 to 69. 5.2 left. And a timeout taken by Augusta.
Exactly what we talked about. What an offensive set. And hopefully we can see that on the replay all the way through from the start. Here's the bucket from Truschel on the great fake across the other side of the lane. And if we can get a second look from our game camera where that starts, you'll see what a beautiful setup that is by Buffy Burson, because Truschel inbounds it from the sideline. Hall is the catalyst at the top of the key, and they send both Truschel and Martin down the side. So here's Truschel down low on the block. Martin comes off the screen. You think it's going there, and then Emily fakes to that far left block, comes back to the right. That's why she's open enough and has the lane to not only catch but turn and go. Then she's got the step on her defender. Easy bucket. That is a beautiful out-of-bounds set from Buffy Burson.
Well done. Now you've got to defend. 5.2 left. Inbound comes to Phillips with 4, 3. Phillips with 2, 1. Drives the shot. Oh no, and a foul has been called. A foul has been called.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
They get Hall for the block. I don't believe this.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, we'll have to look at that again. That's unbelievable. I'm not sure the foul actually occurs before the buzzer. Referee's coming over.
And that's what they're looking to ascertain, whether or not that occurred, and I'm not sure that it did.
And just a little behind the scenes for the people at home. The way our Convocation Center is set up, the replay operator who is showing all of you at home the replays that you see is also the replay operator for the instant replay for the officials. So that person can't show both at the same time. So we'll hopefully get the replay after the officials get squared away first. It looks like they're all set, and they're going to tell us what their ruling is. But so we do have to wait a minute to see what the replay is. And when we get it here, you see 1.5 in the back. The block is on Hall, number 13. She stays straight up, kind of slides with Phillips. And they put 0.4 back on the clock. Boy, I mean, let alone is that a ticky-tack blocking foul, but with just barely enough time and a chance to tie the game for Phillips. She's been huge in this game for them.
Phillips with 17 points, and she missed it! And it's not going to matter. I do not believe.
What's that saying about the ball, Craig, and how it speaks?
It don't lie. Missed the first, made the second, 71-70. Just get the ball inbounds.
Yep. Let it touch you.
Does so, and that is your ball game. And the Nighthawks have defeated the Jaguars of Augusta in a thriller, 71-70.
What's big about that win, and we talked about it, the offense sputtered down the start, as it has in a number of games this season. And in this game, they got back into it and won it with the offense. There were some big clutch buckets late and clutch drives that led to free throws late for this Nighthawk team to find a way to win this game. They played well on defense, but so did Augusta. Every punch that UNG threw was met with another on the other side by the Jaguars, and the Nighthawks just threw the last one. And that's how it goes.
The 7th-ranked team in the nation, North Georgia, has won this, the 50th meeting between North Georgia and Augusta in thrilling style, 71-70. They also hang on to a slice of first place in the Peach Belt Conference.
Absolutely big on a Saturday where the whole league is playing. Always huge to come away with the win.
No doubt about it. Your next time that we'll see the women in action here on the Nighthawk Sports Network, USC Aiken comes to call on Wednesday, January 29th. That's going to do it for game number 1 of the doubleheader. The women winning 71-70. On behalf of everyone with the Nighthawk Sports Network, Craig Corbin saying, so long, everybody. We'll see you in half an hour as the men take the hardwood.